go. Hello, everybody. My name's Chachi. That's Tom. Welcome to In Our Humble Opinion. I'm running off of coffee. My kids got up early today, or one of them did, so we put her back to sleep. But hey, we got our coffee. We're feeling good. Me and Tom, we're gonna go over all the NFL stuff today. We're gonna do it all together. It's gonna be fun. Tom's on time crunch, so am I. So we're just gonna do this and have a good time. Hopefully, you guys enjoy it. Go over our teams, which are both playing well, I would say. So um, I am going to go with your team first, Tom, because I'm pretty sure they played the game that was before mine. Yeah, there it is. Texans at the Packers. The Packers won their new kicker, paying dividends in the beginning. Tom, I'll let you start. That is your team.
Dude, we have a kicker. That's all I can say.
He made it twice.
Incredible, well, and also people don't the second one. The snap was in the dang near in the ground. It was to the left, and dude, the best player on Green Bay might actually be their punter.
Dude, he's a legend.
And not as a joke. Dude, Whelan is he booted 260-yarders. Totally flipped the field. It's a weapon.
No, I wish I like Stout, but he's not as good. No, he's not that good. I miss Sam Cook on the Ravens. Stout's okay. He's mid-level.
Dude, it was nice to finally see the Packers step up on defense, and that defense deserves. And Jeff Hafley, the game plan that they developed to beat C.J. Stroud was awesome. Look, they held their offensive rookie to the year to 86 yards, net 55.
Yeah, he had a bad game. He really did. He was getting eaten up. Yeah, they were messing him up.
They couldn't figure out any of Green Bay's pressure packages. It was incredible, man. That's it was really an important game because you see in the NFC North, to keep pace, you got to keep winning these games.
Oh, true.
Right now, the NFC North's no joke. That's just reality.
No, I agree.
So it's all, but it's it was a phenomenal game. I really honestly, I kind of question what Houston did. They had to do it, but when they went for 2 points, I think that's one of the big takeaways for me from that game is how many times last year was Green Bay in that boat where they were chasing extra points that they missed, right? Whether they missed them from Daniel Carlson or Matt LaFleur would just go for it. You'd have to make up for those points, then you'd be down 4 points. And it would kill them at the end of games when they could just have a quick drive and, hey, you could tie the game or win it with a field goal. Instead, you had to go get a touchdown. You saw that hurt Houston a lot at the end. That game went from Green Bay can win it in regulation to, or tie it to they win it in regulation because of a really incredible play by Evan Williams on that 2-point play. That guy's got to be up for Canada Defensive Rookie of the Year. It's all he is Green Bay's backfield with McKinney and Williams is defensive backfield is just insane right now. The defense just absolutely showed up and balled out. It was just fun to watch. Made a lot of plays, and guys that need to step up stepped up. Offensively, man, you see Jordan Love, you see the arm talent. And you kind of do have to compare him to Brett Favre. I'm sorry Matt LaFleur doesn't like it, but you have to. Because, he is firing, missiles. That Tucker Kraft catch is unbelievable. That throw and catch are just whoa. The same with, the seed he threw to Dontavian Wicks on the left, down the left sideline. The picks get a little frustrating. That's the thing he's got to tone down. But, look, Brett Favre had a lot of success in the NFL doing the same thing. And honestly, if you can move on from the pick and you keep competing, I can't really complain when you lead the NFL in touchdowns after being out 2 games.
Yeah.
And then, Pat Mahomes and him are tied for the league in interceptions. So, I think, like I said, I think Love just not taking as many chances. I think sometimes the picks are just kind of a few. I would say 2 of them this year were not his fault, but most of them are just kind of what are you thinking? That just doesn't make sense.
Remember, he's only just starting to start, so I think in a couple of years that'll go down a lot. He's still very young, so we'll see.
Oh yeah, dude, it's incredible, man. That's all I can say. Like, I am Jordan Love. Like the sky's the limit for him. Like, everybody, I think now truly understands like the talent there. Like, okay, and he's got it between the ears. He does, and you can't like. That's why I want to be careful knocking him for even making those dumb, like I call them dumb decisions. But like, that's what makes his game special is its confidence. You just gotta
yeah.
And right now when you're winning more of them than you're losing, it's fine. Just don't turn into Brett where you throw like 8 in one game.
No.
That's the only thing I ask. Like sometimes, like
Aeneas Williams is retired. Tom, you're safe. You're safe.
dude, like I mean, I still love Brett's response to that game. Well, you got to keep competing. You keep firing him in there. I mean, he did keep playing. Like everybody, want to talk about like Aaron Rodgers and like how like. It's so weird, like, if you look at, like, the careers of Favre and Rodgers, and, like, Rodgers was just truly, like, when he would throw a pick, like, all of Green Bay would be, like, in shock and mourning. Versus, like, Brett, you're like, yeah, whatever. You're going to get a couple of those games.
Yeah.
And now we're kind of going back to that. You're just, like, and it takes a little bit because you're so used to, like, not turning the ball over. And now it's just like, oh, my gosh, like, some of these things are just like, what? That didn't make any sense.
No.
But, Green Bay, like, their run game is still solid. Like, it's kind of crazy. They still haven't, like, really put it all together yet on offense, but they're still, like, they're doing a lot of things right, just not consistently. Like, once they get that together, Josh, like, that team is scary because of just how explosive they are. But the key is, can they put it all together? They're a super young team. They got to cut out. The big thing for me is they got to cut out the dumb special team stuff, like the muff punt thing. The like Jaden Reed didn't know where he was. He fielded a punt in the end zone or get it to like it got down at the 5. Like there's just things you're just sometimes like, guys, these are like things you learn at Pop Warner. Stop it.
No, you're true.
So you clean that up, man. It's all about minimizing mistakes. You'll make mistakes, but you minimize it, man. Like Green Bay is, like that's why everybody is so high on them potentially being a Super Bowl contender, right?
Yeah.
So, and hey, this week, like, hey, the big thing for them this week, Jacksonville is desperate for a win.
Yeah.
Do not take them lightly. You're in Jacksonville. Not an easy place to play. I don't think Green Bay's always had a ton of success there. Just don't take it lightly.
No, I
agree.
agree.
Make sure you show up to play, man, because that's one that like that's what I'm curious about this young team is do they know how to respond after a big win?
Well, I think they look good. You can always. I think we also with every team, everybody wants to like make this like everyone's like the Chiefs aren't playing well. I'm like. It's early. They're gonna. Let's see how they look at the end of the year. It's a long way to go. I'm not taking like these teams as face value. Like the Packers, that's the thing with them. They can grow a lot more, which is scary because they're already playing pretty well. Houston, there's just all year has been like something. They remind me of Buffalo. Like everyone wants me to jump on both their bandwagons. I'm like, your team's inconsistent on offense, both of them. And we'll get into Buffalo later, but I like the Amari Cooper trade, but. I see it with Buffalo when they play the Ravens. I mean, they look terrible. I'm like, you can't even score on our team. Everyone scores on them, even when you're behind, which is kind of sad. But anyway, point is, the Texans. I'm like, all year it's been like that. I don't know if the Stephon Diggs thing's kind of tough for him, trying to like get him into like involved in the offense because it looks like it's just not working. Honestly, it's been kind of weird. Like even when they beat Buffalo, Josh Allen played terrible in that game, or they hemmed him in pretty well, and they had trouble winning that game. Which I'm like, if he's 9 of 30, you should probably be up by like 30 if your offense is rolling, And Joe Mixon's played well for them. I don't know.
A lot of teams, what they're doing is like like CJ Stroud likes to step up in the pocket, and they're making it really hard for him to do that. And he's like CJ Stroud isn't really playing bad. Like there's a certain style he has that. They've kind of been able to counter this year.
Well, they just look out of sync, though. They're like weird, the team.
I mean, I'll be honest, Diggs was never, like, Diggs' prime is gone.
No, I
And I
agree. I
didn't
agree.
really understand the trade because, like, what you saw is, dude, Jair Alexander and him. I don't know what their beef is. I think it's just because, like, I will say that Stephon Diggs has ran his mouth many times in Minnesota about Green Bay, and just he's always been a guy that'll say what's on his mind. And Green Bay,
I think they
I
miss.
don't think Jair likes it at all. But, like, dude, you start the game literally with, like, they didn't even, like, warm-ups as a brawl, and it's, Stephon Diggs. It's like, dude, that's not what the Houston Texans need right now.
I think Nico Collins is. They're missing him too. He's a really good player. He's great. So that's a big loss, man. He's a deep threat too.
Yeah.
They need him back. That's a.
Yep.
They really do. I think he's coming back though. They said he's probably gonna be okay. So kind of like day by day, I mean, week by week.
Yeah, I mean, that definitely helps stretch the field, but Stephon Diggs can still, like, he still should be able to do something. And, like, I mean,
No,
he
I
was
agree.
a ghost in that game.
No, I didn't even remember him catching the ball, dude.
Like,
And 86 yards, I doubt he did catch many. So.
No, I mean, I think the career stats for, like, Diggs against Jair is, like, 7 catches for, like, I think 40-some yards.
Well, right now, if we were doing it, I think the AFC's kind of like not many teams like. Houston right now is kind of a question mark for me. I'm like, I don't know. Last year, I feel like going into the playoffs, they had a little more momentum than they would right now. Now, like I said, it's early. We'll see. They might get their self rolling again. I like their defense is actually better than it was last year, I think, but their offense is just.
Dude, that's.
Eh.
I mean, that's the thing. Like, Houston's got to hang their hat on, dude. Like, they were missing a ton of defensive starters. They held Green Bay to 24 points, which no one has really done all year.
Yeah.
And they got 2 turnovers on Love. Like, they got depth. Like, they'll be fine, man. The AFC South is not good.
No, it's terrible.
Just, like, who are you scared of in the AFC South if you're Houston?
No.
No one.
No, you're good. You get some off days
like,
there.
What, Anthony Richardson's gonna come get you?
Yeah. Now, if Joe Flacco plays, look out, boys. We got our dime there, bro.
Dude, that's the wild thing about that team, man. Like, honestly, if I were them, I would think about really, like, I feel like Richardson just needs to sit and watch the game. It clearly is too fast.
Yeah, I don't think I don't think he's gonna be bad. I just think, like you're saying, he should watch him and learn. I think it would work great for him. I really do.
Yeah, learn how to play the game. Like, get your fundamentals down right. Like, every time I watch him, I'm like, dude, like, I mean, think about this. Anthony Richardson single-handedly lost the Colts the game against the Packers. He really did.
No,
he was not bad.
He was not good in that game
he
at
was
all.
Not bad. That's like, it was awful. Like, dude, I'm not, like, Green Bay's defense is not the 2000 Ravens defense either. Like,
Tom
they're
said,
good. I don't want to knock them, but.
Tom said, hold your horses.
So.
He's funny. Yeah. Man, I agree. I think the Packers can get better at everything, really, and they've been really good. I like the running game. They're like the Ravens. They just run the ball consistently. It's what you need. Makes everything easier. Jordan Love, like you said, I like his confidence. I know he throws picks, but I mean, I love that he will go for it. There is no like, hey, I'm not throwing this ball. I'm scared of throwing an interception. You're never out of a game with him, okay? And you can blow a lot of teams out. They get rolling because that receiving core is loaded. They got a lot of depth, and the Tucker Kraft's been really good. That catch was amazing. Defensively, you can see the improvement a lot. And McKinney's a legend.
I will say, like, yeah, I will say, like, with Draw or with Love, like, I mean, what I love with it, it's not even just confidence. It's just like, hey, he doesn't let anything affect him.
No.
And, like, what was cool this week is on that game-winning drive, like, he missed Wicks, like, just barely, and the ball got tipped there. It was like, oh, that could have been a pick. I'm like, dude, that could have been the game was over.
That's NFL, man. Game of inches.
Yeah, like, and that's what I'm saying. Like, they just get more consistent throws where he learned, like, he puts that on Wicks. Like, that's what's scary. And I know the NFL is like, dang, because, like, that was that game. Like, Houston was right there. Like, they play a really good cover 2, cover 1, right? They layer their zones really, really well. But yeah, like that. Anyways, what was great is though Love. Like I thought that 2-minute drive was awesome because like after that he didn't take. He took what the defense gave him. He got him in field goal range. And that's something he did not do last year, which shows me, like, hey, he's taking that evolution of, like, he can not take ridiculous chances either.
Okay.
So.
No, I agree.
Cool, man.
Hey, I think Green Bay's in good shape. We'll see. I mean, you can only improve now. When we're gonna get into the Ravens. That's gonna be my argument with everyone giving me shit. I'm like, guys, the fucking Ravens, their offense is just kicking ass, and then their defense is only gonna get better. It's the only thing they can do. And if they don't, then their coordinator needs to be fired. But that's beside the point. Get into that. And I love Zach Orr, but great job, Green Bay. Rolling.
Let's talk about the Ravens. Let's go.
Green Bay's still my pick for the North. I'm sorry, Caleb Williams and them. I'm like, they don't beat anyone. I still don't buy them, but everyone else in that division is pretty good. The Lions are filthy.
We're good. That stuff will normalize.
Evans at the bottom.
Like it's the Lions and the Packers. That's the two teams. Like
no, I agree.
Like the film is starting to get out on how to beat Sam Darnold in this offense. Like he doesn't.
Well, like you said, their defense. People are starting to figure out their defense too, like you were saying.
Yeah, they blitzed 51% of the time, and they still gave up like 29 points. Like, I mean, look, they did it against Green Bay too. They gave up, like, they dang near lost, and they had like Green Bay spotted them a 28-point lead. Like, I don't know, like I said, I don't think that defense is as great as everyone makes it out to be.
All right, Tom, you ready? Do you want to go first on the Ravens at the Bucks? Yeah. Oh wow, they put the Bucks old logo. That's kind of cool. Just realized that Ravens won 41.
Well, this week they're doing the creamsicles.
Oh, okay, that's why. I love that. I like that logo. Everyone makes a joke about it. I think if they went back to them, it'd be sick. But go ahead.
Who doesn't like a winking pirate?
Right.
Who doesn't like Johnny Depp?
Arr. Right, call them the Sparrows. Good, you're good.
Well, dude, I mean, the injuries killed Tampa. I mean, when Mike Evans went down, it just kind of went downhill from there because Baltimore. Bill Belichick said it about Baltimore. They've struggled in man coverage this year, and it's not Marlon Humphrey. It's Stevens and Wiggins, right?
Jesus Christ!
And it puts them in a lot of zone situations where they just, again, teams can dink and dunk it, and that's what Tampa really likes to do. But then they can take shots with Mike Williams, and dude, Mike was going to have this second touchdown, but he, died because that's kind of his career where he gets hurt all the time. Mm-hmm. So, and then from there, it was just like, the Ravens, I mean, their offense is just incredible. Like, good luck stopping the freight train of Derrick Henry, but also, like, Lamar, like, the dual threat ability. There's just teams, like, you can see, like, Tampa's so nervous about letting him run around and extending plays that guys are just, they're just open. Shout out to, like, Rashad Bateman, too, for stepping up. And, like, he gets a lot of crap, I think, from the fan base. And, I mean, rightfully so. He's dropped a lot of balls and stuff. But, dude, like, you kind of saw, like, hey, he stepped up when they needed him to, right? So, Justice Hill had a big touchdown, too, right? Like, breaking tackles. So, like, dude, that was
the funniest shit when they ran that screen and they had, like, 4 linemen just running out in the open. I was like, oh, my God. That killed these corners. And then they didn't block anyone. It was so funny. that play.
I think what's crazy.
That play was hilarious.
Dude, it's just crazy to just talk about the Ravens like, hey, they're an offensive team.
Yeah, I hate that. I hate it. I'll get into that. I cannot stand it. But it's fun. But it's also like I'd rather have just a. Not just the 2000 Ravens. But no one remembers, like, from 2000, when they had Bowler, who was terrible, from, like, 2000 all the way to, like, 2008, 9, they were just ridiculous every year, like, kicking butt. He was just so bad. No offense, Kyle Bowler. Yeah, I don't care. He was so bad. This man need a ball. I can't find it. Yes, no one has footage of this. I swear to God, this. I swear to God, this man ran and was so scared to one time. No one was near him, and he jumped in the end zone and kneed the ball out of his own hand for a touchback. I can't find that game because, of course, no one filmed it. I can't find it on YouTube or nothing, but I'm telling you, it happened, and it's still the funniest thing.
Wasn't it against
Cleveland.
Wasn't it against Cleveland?
Cleveland, yeah. It was the worst play I've ever seen still. I've never seen anything that bad. Derek Carr diving and giving up a touchback is not even close as bad. This man had no one near him. He just thought someone was around him, jumped up in the air, and kneed the ball out of his hand. How do you do that? How are you that afraid? I get it's the NFL, but Jesus, buddy, what are you doing? I wasn't even mad. I was on my couch watching that game as a teenager, and I just was like, oh my God. That is like the most Kyle Bowler thing I've ever seen in my life. There you go. Sums up his career. That's him.
That's why though when they got Steve McNair, who was old and washed up,
they went 13-3.
Preseason game. Well, yeah, and like the first start he had, man, they led a touchdown drive. That place, it was a preseason game. That place was.
I remember.
Because it's like we've had, they've had so many years of just absolute mediocrity.
Now,
and it's like, hey.
Oh yeah, dude. Even when they lost to the Colts in the playoffs, I wasn't even that mad just because it was the offense's fault. I was sitting there like, yo, y'all gave up all field goals to this like offense that was number one. And it's just they were kicking their ass. They like our offense was like giving them the ball at like the 30, and they were like, nope, ain't scoring no points on us. I was like, man. I mean, it sucks we lost, but I'm like, hey, the boys did their job. They were out here balling. Suggs. That was young Suggs. Young Suggs. You had Ray. You had Ray and Ed were like A+ at that time. They were ridiculous. My favorite iteration of their whole defense is when Rex Ryan was the coach. That was so fun when they were like blitzing and just they were crazy, man. That was so fun. That was fun. That was fun times, man. Don't get me started.
You had Davis Thomas. You had Johnson.
Oh yeah.
Over 95. Remember him?
Oh, Nada. Remember Nada? Oh my God, Nada. God, he was a legend. Nada, what a legend. Dude, I'm just bringing this up, everybody, because I'm reminiscing. This is why it's hard for, like Tom's saying, this is why it's hard for, like, Ravens fans, some of us, like, especially me. I'm like, I like this, and I love that they run the ball, and they beat people up, and I love the, like, extra. I do love that. I love that they're, like, going against the conventional shit where they got, like, 3 tight ends and a freaking fullback, and they're just like, hey, we're going to get it. By the way, I don't mean to hate on the broadcasters, Troy Aikman and, what's his name, Joe Buck. Bro, why were y'all harping on them not having Derrick Henry in at the 2-minute warning? They're trying to score points. They're not going to have the guy they run back there. What, are they going to have him block so he gets hurt? No. They were like, Derrick, take a break. They did what you're supposed to do. They got a lead, and then you run him. And you beat the hell out of the other team. Okay, that's what you do. That's it.
Well, that's why I listen to the Manning cast. I can't stand them.
No, they're terrible. I changed it over too. I was like, I can't stand y'all. Y'all don't know what the hell you're talking about.
The best thing that happened to the NFL was they went to Monday night because I literally can I have an option of watching a different broadcast.
Oh yeah,
or
dude.
I don't have to watch it at all. It's a terrible game.
Dude, and they got to stop dragging Tom Brady. He better than them. I cannot stand him.
Well, the only other thing I add, to your point, it's only the midway point. They're not even yet, right? The Ravens defense will get better, but man, I don't know what it is with the Harbaugh coach teams, guys.
Dude, this is the weekend.
Some big lead. What are they?
Tom, can I get into this? 2 onside kicks, because now you have to tell the other team when you're doing this. 2 onside kicks have been recovered this year. That's it. It's the Ravens. I'm sorry. I know y'all like Zay Flowers.
Yep.
Stop putting the 5'9" guy back there. And don't get me wrong, the first kick was great. That was a really good onside kick. I'm telling you how to fix it. You put Likely there, they will never get an onside kick. The dude's 6'4" and catches everything. You put a guy with okay hands who's tiny. You could see it. When they run at him, he gets... And I don't blame him. He's not big. You got these linebackers ready to take his head off, and you're just gonna put Zay back there. He'll be fine. And he gets did you see the first one? The guy caught it and he couldn't do nothing. He's too little. You got to have a bigger dude back there. If you put Likely there, he will just snatch the ball even if it's up in the air and you're done. It's just put him there. And I know he's an important piece, but my thing is, you obviously don't care who you're putting back there. You got Zay back there, so I'm like, just put him back there then. Just this will be over real quick. The only team, and and
Harbaugh,
and you know your
just,
defense.
just
You
remember, dude, Harbaugh's playing chess while we're playing checkers. He's going to get a return one of these times and save like that, and then I'm going to laugh at everybody and be like,
and before anyone gives me crap, the first one he messed up. I don't know why he went after a ball that went 7 yards. He like dove at it for no reason, which made no sense. I'm saying you need a guy. If you put Likely back there, everyone's seen his hands. The only time I've ever seen him drop a ball, he didn't drop it. The guy knocked it out. The Raider guy, he catches everything. Just stick him behind there and let him catch the ball for you. This game will be over so quick. Just run the ball. And Tom just alluded to it. The defense isn't playing great. So the worst thing you can do, they did it in the Cowboy game. You're giving them momentum. You're not putting your offense back on the field, running Henry down their throat and like demoralizing that team. You're giving all the momentum and it keeps going because it's like, hey, we don't have to stop them on defense. We just get to keep throwing the ball on them every play. It's like it's the worst thing you could do. Did you see Lamar and Derrick Henry over there? Like, what the fuck? When they were watching them come back, like, oh god, are they doing it again? Their faces, they're like, guys, what is this?
Yeah, like Zach Orr, like I don't know if it's just him being a young coordinator too or what, but like I don't know, man. It's just like I think people. I will say this, like I think Patrick Queen did a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Like, one of the stats is like the Ravens have given up the most like slot yards. I think Patrick Queen was just really good at. Like he was good in coverage. Like that was his strength. It's kind of like Quay Walker, that newer linebacker.
Well, I think what's underrated about him too, because the new guys you never see him blitzing because I don't think they're as good as he was with being like aggressive and hitting the hole. Because that was the other thing he was great at. When you sent him on blitzes and pressures, he got to the quarterback. Did you notice they don't send 23? I like Simpson as far as like his raw athletic ability, makes a lot of plays, but I'm saying he doesn't have that ability, and that is an ability to be blitz pressuring. You have to be good at filling through the gap and hitting it quick. Patrick Queen's timing and everything was great. He would always get in there, make a couple plays for you, get a sack or two. The guy was underrated. Really good play. Now, Pittsburgh still hasn't figured out how to use him, but he's going to be fine. I would never shit on my old...
My daughter's being a guest speaker right now.
I would never talk crap about like ex-players because I think Patrick Queen's a good player. I think he's going to be fine. Give him time, Pittsburgh. Trust me. Everyone's like hating on him. I'm like, you got to learn how to use him. You let him be aggressive. You got to let him be aggressive. Don't sit there and he's not a sound guy. He's the guy that you just tell him, hey, go play with your hair on fire, and he plays great. That's what they haven't figured out yet. They keep like keeping him like, oh, be stationary and stuff. Not that he's playing bad, but I'm saying you got to let him just go, just wreak havoc. He's great.
Yeah, like him paired with Roquan, they were awesome.
Yep.
Like there's nothing to really, it's all they balance each other out. Like Queen can truly cover. Like Roquan can too, but Roquan's more of a down.
He's a thumper. He's a thumper. Yeah, he's your thumper. Yeah. Dude, he played great in this game too. He had like 18 tackles or something crazy. He was all over the field. He was just smacking people. I was like, Roquan, hey.
Oh yeah. But it's like, remember in the Super Bowl, right? When they put my boy Oren Burks out there after Greenlaw got hurt.
Yeah. Yeah.
Kansas City did this thing. Like they said, hey, we're just going to run out routes with the slowest tight end in the NFL now.
No. I am right here with Tom. I am like, I think they're doing fine and everything. I think they'll get better, but I'm just like, I'm not used to it. I'm not. I'm like, this is weird. I have like this feeling like where I'm like, I'm not used to this. It's very weird. An offensive team, I'm like, I don't know. It's a.
At some point in the playoffs, I think it's my concern with Green Bay too, right? Like the thing you saw in the regular season, like this past game, was hey, they didn't get any turnovers on defense. They lost the turnover battle, but found a way to win.
Yeah.
You ain't doing that in the playoffs. Sorry.
No.
So like you can't do that, and like kind of same for the Ravens, like. Dude, defensively, you can't give up that stuff because we've seen it time and time again in the playoffs that these teams can come back.
Well, my thing is you're relying on they're good. Good finish. I agree with you.
No, I'm just gonna say you just cannot like Harbaugh's got to get these guys in their heads. Like, you can't do that.
No.
Like, if you do that, like that will send you home in the playoffs. You have to close out games. There is no reason that you should not be able to shut down Tampa Bay. And it's not just you shouldn't have to have your offense out there to run a 4-minute offense.
No.
You just cannot make the dumb mistakes. And like defensively, like, dude, I don't know if they're trying to play more man or what they're trying to do, but like, dude, don't. Or they're just playing really soft zone because they're so scared of like just don't give up big plays. Like they got to play. You still got to play aggressive on defense to close it out too. Because like when I turned it off, it was like 18-41, and I'm like, so they scored another like 2 touchdowns. And it's like that's crazy to me. Anyways, like you got to close teams out. It's too many. Like my family says, they're like, well, everybody's got the Ravens right where they want them. They want the Ravens to have a big lead because they'll just give it up.
No, true. I agree with you. My thing is like, you're not too. Also on defense, it's like all you got to do is get the ball back, and the game's pretty much over with that offense you got. So just do a better job. I don't know. It's just freaking like you said. You can be aggressive too. You give up a little touchdown, and they got to give it back to your offense. Be aggressive. You can. You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't get to sit back and like, oh, we're just gonna just go for it, bro. Nobody wants your team to get the ball on offense. So like, make them work. Go for it. Make a play. Blitz a lot. Hey, you might get a turnover. That's huge. My thing is you can't rely like they have been in the beginning of these. If those picks don't happen in this game, it's going to be a dogfight. So you can't rely on that to win you games. It's not going to happen every time. Okay, it's not.
Well, honestly, when Mike Evans went down, it just like totally changed the dynamic of Tampa's offense.
Oh yeah, and I know I was
like the amount of crap I give like Mike Evans, like dude, statistically he's unbelievable, and he is. He's a big like he can just do like he's a really big pain to cover. I think
him and Derek. I think him and Derrick Henry are like the same as far as like you could joke about because Derrick Henry, I get it. Like Adrian Peterson looks like he's running hard. What it is with Derrick Henry is he runs upright, so it always looks like he's like just like gliding, and you're just like, what the fuck's he doing? And then he just gets like a 90-yard run. Anyway, dude, point is, I'm saying.
Say this though about Henry this year. What's been incredible is his ability to bounce outside.
Yes.
Like he's done that.
Well, did you see the play where like Antoine Winfield, who had a good Winfield, who had a good game in that game. He was tackling everybody, but he tried to cut that run off, and that little cut he made was nice. He made that man fall. He was like, "Eat!" And it just ran out. It's filthy.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, I mean, like Derrick Henry looks like he hit like the fountain of youth.
Oh yeah, man. It's impressive. Hey,
dude, the Ravens are 5-2. Like again, everybody's nitpicking, like you said, the regular season.
But that's the point. That's what you do. That's what you do. That's what you do, though. You have to. You're not perfect. We're not going to call you perfect, right, Tom? That's how it works. Play perfect, and I'll call you perfect. Win 41-0. I'll be like, you're great. You have no problems. You're the best team ever. But you didn't. So I'm going to talk shit. You can't recover an onside kick. Everyone else does. What the hell is that? I still can't get over that, bro. That's crazy. How you have to tell them you're going to do it now. It's not that hard. Like, oh, okay. Well, if I can recover it then. Be a different if like 15 other teams had to happen. But
I'll call you back. I got to drop the kids off real quick.
But anyway, it was great, man. They're doing fine. We'll see what they got later on. Chiefs got Hopkins. Let's see. All right, guys, we're going to go back. I don't think I went back, right? Go back again. We're just going to go over a little bit of stuff. Oh, my God, no. So I think the Ravens will be fine. This is the game that really scares me is against Cleveland. We'll call you back and come back in 10 or 15, and we'll go over all that. But thank you guys so much for watching. It's always appreciated, and always subscribe for more content, as always. Roll Tide.